In this week's episode of Did Y'all See, we're talking about Ciara refusing to say Future's name, Erykah Badu advocating for longer skirts, and whether or not you would take your weave out for your man. Get into all this tea on Did Y'all See. Welcome to another episode of Did Y'all See. Ladies, are you ready?
See.
All right, so first up is Miss Ciara. Now, Ciara and Ludacris were announcing the nominees for the Billboard Music Awards. And when they got to the rap category, her baby Dottie was nominated, but she just could not say his name. So she threw it to Ludacris, she did a little head nod, and Ludacris said Future. So what do you guys think about her refusing to say his name? Was it petty? Is there something deeper behind it? Would you not speak your ex's name in public? How y'all feel?
First of all, I think Billboard set that up. I'm almost sure they set that up.
So you think they told her not to say his name?
No, I think they gave her the stack with his name on purpose. Like, I think it was intentional.
Did Ludacris say any nominees, though?
Didn't he? They took turns, right?
Yeah, they alternated. But
Yeah.
it was her turn to say the rap category.
And it just so happened.
Okay.
Girl. But if she was being petty, I think you just to say that you don't want to be involved in the drama, you drew a lot of attention to yourself. Mm-hmm. So hopefully there were like legal implications, and that's why she couldn't say it, and she wasn't just being a petty patty. Because I mean, your baby name is Future, so
you got to say it. You got to say it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Ooh, girl. Maybe it was like one of those things where she was probably going to try to do the right thing, but sometimes when you think about people and what they put you through, and maybe sometimes you have a physical reaction. And you don't know what to do, like, except for just to be silent, because otherwise you're gonna say some like real crazy stuff. So I maybe that happened because it was. I mean, we didn't get to see her face.
Right.
So if she would have been like,
you see her face, and she was like,
ooh, yeah. See, she was like, I can't do it. But yeah, I mean, it is weird because, like you said, she named the son after his rap name. And so she has to say Future out in the streets. So in a way, it is kind of petty. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I guess I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of petty.
And y'all, to me, it's like y'all are in the same industry. Like, you're gonna run into each other until y'all both are done with the industry. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of interesting. And to me, I feel like, and I don't wanna, I feel a way, but I'm just gonna say it. I feel like when you've moved on and you over somebody, it's nothing to be like, and my ex, Future,
Day, baby, Ray, Shay.
When you over it, like you over it.
Future's daddy.
Yeah. When you over it, it's not. The name is not gonna take you out. Maybe if you walk up in the room, you might feel like, ugh.
Yeah.
But the name itself is not gonna take you out. When you know you're in the industry, when you know you were hired to read the nominees, I just feel like, are you really like good? Have you really moved on?
I think so. I don't know what kind of nasty stuff he's been doing behind the scenes. Yeah, crazy stuff he's been saying to her. So I'm like, I don't know. Like you were saying in the office, like it might have come out so crazy. Like
that's my sister. My sister was like, she's like that nigga Future.
Fuck boy.
She had to get herself. Chris is over there like, it's okay.
Future. Right. That might have been what it was. So, in honor of Kobe's retirement, we are going to play a little game of who do you rather between him and LeBron. A little past, a little present. What do you guys think?
When it comes to, looks first, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like Kobe is much more attractive, to me. Mm-hmm. So I would give up the goods to Kobe in another life, but in this life I'll pass. But in another life.
Hashtag D'Angelo.
Right.
You want me
I'll
to
go.
go?
I'm ready. Let me go. I too have to choose Kobe just because Kobe always gave me like that East African vibe, like with the stark features and like the profile. He really is not taking his personal life into consideration because both of them are really you never know. But I think he's more physically attractive.
I still don't know.
This is Jasmine's problem because she likes big dudes, right? So she's thinking, can Kobe lift me?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Bronny. Oh. I am. No disrespect to Kobe, Mamba, whatever. I think I like Bronny's build more.
I feel like a sense of nostalgia has come over me, so I have to go with Kobe, only because I thought he was really sweet to take Brandy to,
Oh, wow.
prom, She didn't
Did y'all prefer Kobe with hair or with no
with
hair?
With hair. Mm-hmm. He was fine back in the day.
With like a fade.
I like him without hair.
Okay.
Let us know who you'd rather in the comment section below, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. So, did y'all see that Erykah Badu got into a little hot water this past week when she tweeted that there was a new rule saying that they were going to elongate the school uniform skirts of little girls. And she agreed with the decision because she feels like, male teachers can be sexually aroused by girls in short skirts. That's essentially the premise. And she was like, it's our job to protect these little girls, so make the skirts longer.
Making that the premise of it, like, to keep the male gaze from, coming their way. Like, it takes nothing.
Right.
You could wear a skirt, you could wear full pants, you can wear a covered sweater or a crop top to school or something. Like, a predator is going to be a predator. And I think that, I think she didn't think that deeply into what she was saying, because inadvertently it's the whole kind of like, well, what you wear is the reason why you're being assaulted.
Right.
And like Shireen Ball wrote, like, we can't make excuses for sexual deviance. Like I should be able to wear whatever I want, do whatever I want, and you have control over your limbs.
But that's the problem. Like, our society has conditioned men to see women only as sexual objects. And so there's really no cutoff. It's like, if you have a female body biologically, then I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Instead of really thinking like, where's this person mentally? Who is this person as a person? Are they fully developed? Are they able to handle this type of attention, this type of sexual the fact that you were looking at little girls is just, but there's so much in our culture that pushes that. Even the whole school uniform thing being used in like pornos and that type of stuff. Like, there's all this type of stuff like pushed towards the attraction of little girls, and it's just weird as hell. Like, we really need to address that. That's not okay.
I think it's very prevalent in Black culture to always shame young Black girls, especially, or just girls in general for, being fast or too grown or whatever. But really in our culture, some of us we're taught to dance a certain way by a certain age, or you're fetishized in a way to be grown but still be a child or whatever. And I think even though that's how girlhood and womanhood is shaped most of the time, it's like then people want to blame it on women when it's really like women before us teaching that, or in some type of, even if it's not your mother directly, somebody out here trying to be like, and girl, you should do this.
Right, but it's not but that's the thing.
Right,
everything we do is not for the attraction of men. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and that's how I think that's how they perceive us in the street.
Right.
Like, smile, because you're not attractive with that frown face, and I want you to be pleasing to me. Like,
exactly.
But when we do that too. I think misogyny, it comes in from men and women too, because even when we get dressed up, sometimes we're always like, what you gotta go do? Who you going to see? Because you can't be dressing up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't be wearing that. Or we do that. I just feel like misogyny is it's
permeating,
all over. So
if anything else, I'm happy that this sparked the discussion, and she was open, and willing to learn about it.
Right.
So I feel like if you say, we're all gonna make mistakes,
right?
Yeah.
And when you're a celebrity, it's gonna be talked about. So I feel like instead of just fighting back, she was open to listen, and I think that's what we need in the community for real. So for this week's What Would You Do? This is something someone wrote into us, like as an Ask MN type question. Now, they have a friend who they love dearly, but the friend has a 5-year-old son who has no act right and no chill. Basically, every time they go out, the boy is running wild. At one point, they were at brunch, and he's like coughing in her plate, which took Lauren out. So she wants to tell her friend, like, she doesn't feel comfortable really hanging around them anymore because the boy is such a nuisance. So she's wondering, how can she tell her friend that, I love you, but I don't want to be around your son? So is it possible? Go ahead.
You can't. I mean, bad kids. I mean, it's too hard. But you can't tell somebody like. I mean, you could try to do one of those things where it's like, girl, we should do like where you do like hangouts where it's kind of like adults only-ish. Like, we should go get our nails done, or we should do something like that where it's like, can you find a babysitter?
Yeah, you gotta ask explicitly.
Right,
yeah.
But you can't just be like, girl, I don't feel comfortable hanging around with your badass little boy no more. Like it just won't sit well. And this is kind of like the struggle of when people grow up and their people have kids, and the kids are not as the way that you would probably want them to be. In a way, maybe if you guys are really close, there are times where you could be a little bit more like disciplining, like of the child, like for the mom. Because sometimes when my nephew acts up, I might get him myself and hope that, and then look like, right, like sit up and stop. could try that. But I mean, I think if this is somebody who's a really good friend, I think that she probably won't even be that mad about you doing it. As long as you're not spanking somebody's kid, I think, and you're not like, hey, you know, something like that, then I think they're not gonna trip.
You can't say nothing. You can't be like, I can't hang out with you around your baby. Like you can't. Like you said, you have to strategically try to schedule like lunch outings, like on our lunch breaks or way past bedtime. But you can't. Like, what do you say? Or keep it limited to phone conversations for now until little baby know how to act.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Turn up, Lauren.
Right.
She's upset.
I'm really upset. It didn't even happen to me. And every time I hear the story, I get hot.
No, seriously.
This fool is coughing in my food?
Yeah.
Nah, B, I'm sorry. I would have to take the L. We're not going to be friends no more. Because I'm going to really have to check you and your kid. You're coughing in my food? The food that I have to pay. Me would have to leave. I'm so, oh my God. See, my acts are coming out. Oh gosh.
I just feel like I would have to become like the mommy's night out friend. Like we have to do everything without a baby. Like I'm like, girl, I'm trying to turn up tonight.
Right.
Can you find a babysitter? And then and I feel like I don't know if I could explicitly say, because I know people in my family, not that their kids are bad, but if you say anything about their children, it's like a tick, you know, like, and so I just feel like maybe you would, you know, you just try to find ways around it. So what would you do in this situation? Would you tell your friend that you don't like her child behaving badly in your presence? Would you kind of go ghost for a minute? How would you handle the situation? For this week's edition of Cold Tea, we're talking about Kandi Burruss, -Tucker. And she was talking about how her husband, Todd, asked her to take her weave out. And when she did, girl, Kandi's hair is luscious. It's thick. Healthy, you know, some nice length, it's shining. And so he saw it and he was like, oh, can you leave your weave out for a minute? So the question is, would you take your weave out for your man or change your hairstyle for your man?
Yeah, I've done it before. I mean, whatever. They done been like, I want to see you without your weave. Sure, whatever. I mean, it might not be permanent, but you can dig it.
I don't know. I don't really like checking in with people about my hair. I kind of do what I want to do. So.
Yeah, it would depend on the request. Like if you were like, hey, what do you think about putting a perm in your hair or something?
Yeah,
like having straight hair, I'd be like, no, thank you, and you're done. You know. But if it was something where, you know, something small or a different color, maybe even, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe so.
Right.
That wouldn't even, girl. Go ahead.
You need to do a minute after the intro of the topic.
Yeah, Raven starts recording as soon as you start speaking.
Go ahead, finish, Veronica.
I agree. I think it's the same. It depends on what the change is, and don't be talking about my hair because really you don't know what you're talking about. So just a few suggestions every now and then is fine. But with locks it's kind of hard. Like the changes have to be drastic.
Right.
So yeah, it depends on what you ask. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Did Y'all See? Be sure to let us know what you thought about each of these stories in the comment section below. Hey guys, thank you so much for supporting Madame Noire's YouTube channel. For more Did Y'all See, click here. For celebrity interviews, click here. And for our new series, Ask a Black Man in Los Angeles, click here. And as always, subscribe.